Minding our
Welcome to Minding Our Black-owned business, where no business is too small. It's your host for the culture, the man connecting the dots between black entrepreneurs everywhere. It's the Cool Cat. I am COOO ArTY, and right now we are in Mount Vernon, New York, home of the first ever black female mayor. Shout out to Mayor Shawn Patterson Howard. And right now, as always, let's tap in and meet the owner. Come on.
My guy.
What's up, baby?
Everything good?
Introduce yourself to the people.
My name is Germaine Boss, but everybody knows me as Mr. BBS because I am your business building specialist.
So, bro, I've heard a lot about this spot, man. It's time to show me around.
So this particular machine is what we call a vinyl cutter, right? And what the vinyl cutter does is it cuts the material out so that you can put it on your shirt. So something like this we created with a vinyl cutter.
Yep.
Now, this machine right here is exactly what I was talking about, and we call this the heat press.
Yeah, I see these all the time.
Exactly. This is how we actually apply the print onto the actual garment. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
So everything is heat applied. This, you grab this by this, you just press it down, it locks itself. This particular one locks itself and has a timer on it so that we call this an automatic press, so it can pop up on its own. This one is exactly the same machine except it's for hats.
Okay.
So this is what we call a hat press, right? You see how it's shaped as the hat, you would put the hat on it. There's lots of machines that do a lot of things, but we got this one particularly because we had a lot of customers that were ordering mugs and cups.
Oh, yeah.
So this one is a heat press for mugs.
Yep.
I don't just buy machines just to buy machines.
Yeah.
Every machine I bought was for a particular reason. And this one, in our neighborhood, everybody wanted passport pictures. So this one makes almost $200-300 a day just off of just being able to provide that service.
minding our
So wait, were you always in the entrepreneur business?
Mostly. I mean, I've been an entrepreneur since I was a kid. You know, trying to sell knickknacks and all that type of stuff. But
Okay.
I think the entrepreneur thing really came about, honestly, because of child support.
Okay.
At the time, I had kids young,
Yep.
and my baby mother at the time was trying to destroy my life, and I
Yeah.
was working, and they were taking over 80% of my paycheck. So I was literally going to work and come for 2 weeks and coming home with $20. And I just was like, this is not life. So I just started to try to hustle outside of that. And then once I learned that, you know, you can have your own business and you can separate yourself from yourself and all this information, I figured that would be the best for me.
Okay.
That's how I started entrepreneurship.
So when you were doing all that, what kind of hustles were you into?
Most of my hustles were based on information. I would learn things that other people didn't know. So young, when I was a little bit younger, the girlfriend at the time, she taught me how to use computers.
Yep.
So I was making CD covers. So I started doing graphics early, making CD covers for people and stuff like that. Eventually the word got out that I knew how to do that, and a friend of mine ended up starting a record label with me. And then we started doing music, and then I started having to make the CD covers. I started filming us so that we could promote it to the labels.
Awesome.
And this is how I really started to get into these services, because I was trying to provide them for us.
Early on, you understood that you had to document. You had to make sure that people see.
Because nobody was really doing that.
Right.
And we didn't know nobody. Us being from Mount Vernon, we didn't know no celebrities and nothing. So how we going to show you we live?
Yeah.
But if I could film us actually making those transactions downtown, and you can see that now the money we making, you'll believe it. So that's how I really got into filming, is just trying to prove what we was doing.
And that's super important, man. Listen, guys, document your journeys.
Facts.
So how did we get from the music business?
Yeah.
How did we get to DigiPrint?
So after we was making a lot of money downtown, and then
doing music or doing?
Well, we was actually selling our own music.
Oh, okay.
So we would make I'm talking about, we were actually selling CDs for $10 with no covers before I knew how to make the covers. It got so crazy where, I don't know if people remember this, but downtown you used to make a lot of money being able to sell your own music, and it got so crazy that the news did a special on people buying merchandise downtown, trying to discourage people, like, oh, they're robbing people, this and that. But it was just because we was making so much money, they wanted to shut it down. And then my partner at the time, he kind of got greedy. And he didn't really want to help with the label anymore because he realized I could just sell music. So he just started selling music. And it's funny because this is very important right now. This is at the time where I was mostly a creator. Yeah. So I was creating the music, I was creating the CDs, I was creating the flyers, I was creating everything. But I wasn't downtown selling them. He was downtown with the team selling them. Mm-hmm. So when we got into the fights, it would always be about, well, you're not down here selling it. I'm the one making the money. And I'm like, what do you mean? I created everything you're selling. Yeah. And that's when I learned it doesn't matter what you create if you can't sell it. Mm-hmm.
Now that's a cool fact.
Cool fact.
Now that's a cool fact.
So when he decided to abandon me and didn't want to help me sell no more, I'm right back at square one. And that's when I learned all the stuff I'm creating, I have to be a salesman. And this is where my mentality went into sales. So I kind of fell back from the creative part and I just focused on becoming a salesman. Yeah. And that's how DigiPrint really started, because I said, okay, what am I going to sell? Well, I got all these services and stuff that I wanted, I didn't have. Want me try to sell those. So what happened was, at the time I had two friends. Shout out to Seven, shout out to Butchie. We had a little partnership. We used to do different things together, and Sev happened to get an office. And he was like, yo, I got an office for us, man. So what we gonna sell? And I'm like, I don't know. What we gonna sell? You know what? Why don't we sell these services? What we gonna call ourselves? Was Butchie, Bug Out, and Seven. BBS. You see what I'm saying? So I said, yo, you know what? We're a better business solution. You see what I'm saying? Because I had to come up with an acronym. So that's where the whole BBS concept came from. And this was 20 years ago. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? So over time, I said, when I started to learn marketing, I said, well, I'm the one running around. Yeah. I'm the one people see. Why not put that BBS name on my back? Yeah. So that's how I named myself Mr. BBS, so that I could push the brand itself, because I understood branding is everything. People got to remember your name.
Are you still working with those two partners at the time, or what happened? So how did we get to DigiPrint?
So eventually what happened was, after the label, then I was working with my partners. We all kind of went our separate ways because we all had different ways of doing things. Yep. And we focused on different aspects of the business. Sev, he more focused on the film aspect because he was a filmer from the beginning. Okay. Butch was more of a techie. Yep. So he more focused on creating surveillance systems and different things of that nature. He actually also uses the name BBS, but it's Butch Built Systems. Nice. And then I'm more focused on, like I said, those core services, because I was more out there as far as a face and marketing. I had the hip hop, and I used to manage models for a long time. Okay. So basically after this, I went into the managing model aspect, because I was just marketing my services, wearing a suit, walking around. And I like doing that, but it really wasn't just me. Yeah. And then eventually what happened was, a friend of mine knew that I did music. So he told me about an artist that he said he wanted me to go see. I went to see the artist. I kind of liked them. And then I started to want to help him. And then when I started going to these different shows with him, and I realized how a lot of these shows had all guys there. There was no girls there. A lot of them didn't have an image. They were just wearing clothes and rapping for each other. I said, this is my lane. I could go into this place where I have no competition, because there's no one here marketing these services or anything like that, and I could be my lane. So what did I do? I reinvented myself, went back to my old swag. I went and got a bunch of models, and I started hitting up these events, showing them, listen, we can make you look like an entertainer. We can make you look like the star you want to be. And this is how I started to get my name out there. And eventually that transformed into a shop.
What differentiates DigiPrint from the 15 million other people out here doing what they do? What are you offering? Except for everything we went over, is there anything that separates you? What do you offer in terms of services?
The first thing about DigiPrint is we don't sell printed products. Like I said, we sell a plan. So when you come to DigiPrint, it doesn't matter if you do business with us or not. We're going to give you the best information possible on doing whatever you're looking to do. Mm-hmm. So if you want to start a clothing line, we're going to give you the best way to do that on your budget. If you want to start a business, we're going to tell you the best way to do that on your budget. So that's the first thing. We sell a plan. Now, because we sell a plan, we're always adding new things to the business. Right. So now I'm not currently in the business, right? Because I'm currently out there trying to add new services to the business. Yeah. So now we also do credit repair. We also do funding, right? We can have any person come with just an idea, and from that ground up, be able to not only start your business, help your business to flourish, but get your business to a certain level. And then the last thing that we have for our customers is, because we're able to provide all of this in-house, we can give you prices and give you strategies that other businesses can't give you, because they're only a product-based business.
Open-ended questions.
That's a fact.
There it is, because once that happens, the first thing is them talking about themselves. Yes. And at that point, your mind's going, Okay, cool. I can offer this service with that.
How can I facilitate exactly what you're looking for?
And just create the full package.
Because and understand, when printing, most people think they know what they want, but they know they just want a product. They don't know how the product is made, what has to go to entails to actually make it, how to get the designs right. So they're just hitting you with an idea and expecting you to come up with that solution.
Exactly.
And what a lot of these print shops do is they print what you say. And then when you come back and you don't like it, then they're trying to debate with you. Nah, we want to know what you actually want. Let me hear what you want so I can give you the best advice on it, and let's see how we can go further with that. And that's the best thing I can tell you. We focus on giving you what you need by asking the questions that you need to be asked.
I love that. I'm huge on customer service. And it seems like pretty much based off of what you say, based off of that system that you guys have created, that you're literally tying into customers' needs on a personal level.
This is about growing your business, not about selling your t-shirt.
I love that. I also saw you guys have a rent to press. Like, how's that?
Yeah, so like I said,
that's super different.
See, so I came with that concept. So where we from, you know, a lot of people see you doing it. So I always say I open up the door for a lot of people that look like me, because what they see me doing and see how I look, they say, well, I could do it too, right? But most people don't like to learn that, right? So what do? They go out there, they buy a machine, they don't know what they're doing, they end up calling me up like, yo, BBS, man, I don't know, I bought this press, I don't know what I'm doing. So I said, you know what? Instead of having all these people going out there trying to do things on their own, we're going to create a school where we can teach you how to do it. And then instead of you having to go buy that equipment, we'll let you rent our equipment. So now you can come into our shop and for $25 an hour, print your own t-shirts. But now you have a specialist on hand to actually help you with what you're doing. Instead of you just messing it up and then trying to figure out what you're going to do. And now you want to ask me to fix your issue.
All right, so you got my email and everything, right?
Definitely did.
Got the shirt? All right, let's get it done.
So we're going to do a quick demonstration real quick. So, as I told you before, each machine that I get has to do with production and how it's going to make us money. So when it comes to heat presses, right? I showed you the other heat press before was an automatic. This one is what we call a dual press, where we're able to do 2 different shirts simultaneously. My guys, shout out to Roland. They pre-cut them for us, so we don't got to go through that whole process, right? So one thing that we're very big on when we teach our students is we want everybody to know that placement is important. When you go to put a shirt, always try to give it 3 inches or 3 fingers from the neckline. So we're gonna take this. Now I've been doing it for a long time, so I don't really use any type of tools or anything to show me. And then with our press, you just hit it.
And then press it down.
Seamless.
Right? So right now I will be loading up the next one. You see what I'm saying? Loading up, getting it ready. And then by the time this one is done, I'll be able to hit it, right? So then after I load the next one up, I will hit it, go over to the next side, and then I will end up taking this one off, right? So I'm gonna let you do it just to show people how simple this is, because I'm the professional, right?
Exactly.
So all I want you to do is just pull this off real quick. That's simple. So now, we're gonna add the second part, which is the red. Now the red is regular vinyl, right? So we're just gonna go. Now always do it from here, because if you do it from here, you're not gonna be able to see properly. It's gonna look different. So you wanna kind of be in the middle.
Alignment.
Yes, for the alignment, exactly. We've created a custom t-shirt.
Wow, okay. So, I mean, pros and cons of entrepreneurship.
There's a lot of pros and a lot of cons of both. If I'm gonna start, I'm gonna start with the cons, because a lot of us as entrepreneurs like to tell people,
don't sell me no dream.
Yeah, like, yo, you need to be an entrepreneur. Yeah. But I'm gonna tell you right now, entrepreneurship is not for 90% of people.
Right.
And the reason why is because as an entrepreneur, there is no voice to tell you what to do. See, somehow we're programmed that if we have a job, we have to go. Because if we don't go, we won't get paid, we can't eat. We program ourselves to think this. So when we have a job, we know we gotta get up. But when you're working for yourself, for some reason, you don't program your mind and think the same things. You don't take it as serious. So the average person fails in entrepreneurship because there's no accountability. So as an entrepreneur, you're accountable to yourself. You have to get yourself up every day. You got to put that dedication into that craft or whatever you try to do just as much as you do your job.
You gotta be your own motivator.
Yeah, so that's the biggest con of entrepreneurship. If you are not able to motivate yourself, because I don't believe in motivation. Like, I believe you can be motivated, but motivation is not going to keep you doing it. It might get you hyped for a couple of minutes or maybe a couple of days, but after a while, it's going to go away. It's that why you are actually doing it that's going to push you to that next level when you're tired or when you don't feel like doing it. And then the second biggest con in entrepreneurship is you have to think ahead. If you can't think past what's in front of you, you're gonna fail. Because your job as an entrepreneur is to think of the problems and the solutions of your customers.
Yep.
So if you can't think of a problem in your own head, then come up with a solution for that problem in your own head so that you can sell it to your customer, then what are you doing? You think you're selling t-shirts? You're not selling t-shirts. You're selling a brand that people can respect and admire or want to be a part of. That's what you're actually selling. So unless it's a blank tee, why am I buying it from you? You see what I'm saying? So these are all the things you have to think of as an entrepreneur. It's not just about that product. It's how you're going to get that product to the public and how you're going to get them to remember you. So those are the biggest cons in entrepreneurship for me. The biggest positive for me is there's no cap. There's no limit to the amount of money that I can make. There's no limit to the amount of time that I can give myself. There's no limit to anything in entrepreneurship but what I'm willing to give it. Right? So that's the biggest advantage for me. If you're a person that's driven, if you're a person that wants more than the average person, entrepreneurship is good for you because there's no one to tell you what you can and cannot do. Right? Entrepreneurship also gives you a platform to be able to manipulate and strategize how you're going to do things. Right? Because you're in control. You're in control of your finances, you're in control of your time, you're in control of your customers, you're in control of everything that you want to be in control of. Yeah. So that's the biggest thing also in entrepreneurship is the control. I like to be in control of my own life and make my own decisions. Absolutely. You know, so it's like I said, there's a lot of them.
It gives you that freedom mindset. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Just to be able to move and maneuver.
Yeah, because you know that you got kids, you got family, you got things that you love. You know, we want to do things where we want to do them, right? Like, and I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm kind of spoiled now. I'm used to doing what I want when I want. So, you know, we go back to a job and having to clock in. Nah, that ain't for me. You know what I'm saying? But I would say those are the two big pros and cons for me.
Boss University, let's talk about it. Let's talk about where we are with this.
Boss University. So Boss University, it started off as a conference of just being able to teach people how to make t-shirts. So right now we're in the schools. We help detention centers. We help regular school, after school programs, and we teach the kids how to make clothes and to do their own thing. But now we want to take Boss University, I said, to another level where we're fully teaching people everything about entrepreneurship. So like I said, as a business owner, you know, when I started this, I had to spend my own money. You know what I'm saying? I had to do a lot of things to be able to get my business to where it needed to be. I didn't know nothing about credit. Yep. You see what I'm saying? But now that I understand that, I want to be able to provide that to other people. I want to be able to buy people with funding and all these different things.
Why is that important?
It's important because if you think of anything that you've ever purchased that's over $10,000, you've never paid for it with cash. Because most people don't make that type of money, which means you're paying for it through credit. But how can you get credit if you don't have any credit? Because credit is a system that was designed to only give it to people who already had it. So if you don't know these things, you're always gonna be behind the ball. Because no matter how much cash you can make, you'll never make enough to do what you really want. You'll never make enough to buy the things you really want. So credit is important because it gives you the leverage that you need to accomplish whatever goal you want. Because now, I always say it, every person is entitled to at least $100,000 at least once in their life. And that's what credit will give you. It will give you access to that money. So this is why Boss University is important, because we want to teach you what to do once you have the money. See, most people, once they get money, they don't know what to do with it. So what do? They spend it. Yep. You see what I'm saying? And that's the consumer mindset. This is how they keep us in the trap. Because in order to eat, you need money. In order to make money, you got to work. And after you work, you make the money, then you buy the food. Now you have no more money, you have to go back to work. So it's a system that was created to keep you in a cycle. But if you understood, damn, after I made the money, instead of buying food, let me buy something that makes me money, then buy food.
Assets.
Now your money keeps working. You see what I'm saying? So this is what we want to teach in Boss University. We want to teach you not only how to make money, but what to do with the money. So we have programs, and each program is only $50 a month. We want to make it cheap. So it's the cost of a cup of coffee. And through each program, you have teachers that will teach you everything you need to know, and then you'll be able to utilize the programs to be able to use what you learned.
What does the legacy of Mr. BBS look like?
Well, first off, I'm changing my last name. Paperwork's already in. My kid's last name will be Boss.
Okay.
Officially.
Yeah.
Because the truth is, we're only here for a speck of time. The only thing that can be remembered is your name and what you put your name on. People will remember the Hiltons for generations because their name is on those buildings.
Yeah.
So if my name is on the buildings of my school, or the legacy that I leave by teaching other people, and they can say, I learned that from Boss University, that's my legacy.
Super proud of you, what you're doing, what you're about to do.
all the lives you about to change with this service, man.
Hopefully.
Yeah. Tell them where they can reach you and all that.
Make sure y'all go to bossuniversity.org. That's where you can find any of our classes or courses that we have for y'all right now. So it's bossuniversity.org. If you need any of our services, printing, graphics, website design, anything, you can go to DigiPrintMV.com. DigiPrint, that's DigiPrintMV like Mount Vernon.com. Then you can also find me at Germaine Boss with a G, Germaine Boss on all platforms.
Love.
Talk black to me.
Welcome back to Minding Our Black Owned Business. Now we're at the point of the show where this is a game I created. It's called Talk Black to Me. Obviously, it's a play on the phrase Talk Back to Me, but you know, around here, we got to keep it black. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, we got 30 seconds on the clock. Got to answer all these questions quick as possible. First thing that comes to your mind.
First thing that comes to my mind?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Let's get into it.
let's get it.
I'm black and I'm
Proud.
Name 3 classic black sitcoms.
Martin. Full House. No, damn. The Bernie Mac Show.
Okay.
And black owned. Damn. Pass.
Okay. Sweet potato pie or peach cobbler?
Sweet potato pie.
All right. Name 1 movie with the word black in it.
Black business.
What movie? Yeah, hold on, wait, hold on. Are we scoring faster?
Blackout.
Okay. Finish this phrase. My black is
Magnificent.
hip hop or R&B.
Both. Let's do one.
If you could remove one thing from black culture, what would it be?
Ignorance.
Name 3 classic black sitcoms.
Martin.
Yep.
I don't watch a lot of TV, people.
So black. Once again, I'm COOO ArTY.
And I'm Germaine Boss, aka Mr. BBS.
And you're watching
Minding Our Black Owned Business.
No business too small.
Facts.
Peace.
Minding minding our black owned business.
Oh, that's cool. This has been a COOO Media production.